Everybody, and welcome into the St. Johns County Show that's on in the morning. Hope you're doing well. I haven't paused the TV. I did not. Here we go.
We got this.
All right.
Producer
Now
told us to
official.
do everything except for that.
Except unpause the TV. All right, man. We got stuff to talk about today. We got a lot going on in the news. Let's see. St. Augustine considering stricter nightlife noise rules and penalties. St. Johns County tourism officials say that eliminating tourist councils would be devastating. Oh, this has to do with the bill.
Yeah. The bill. I'm just a bill.
Yeah. Old Bill. We'll talk about an ex-Disney worker who got 3 years in prison for something that doesn't seem that bad. But, you know, you break those Disney rules. Disney's got to... Yes. They're probably sitting in Disney prison in some bunker underneath the castle right now.
Rolling silverware.
Yeah. Polishing glasses.
And more. We'll get to all of it here very, very soon. As soon as we tell you about our friends at Bozard Ford Lincoln. Since 1949, they've been more than just a dealership. They are a family-owned beacon of trust here in St. Augustine. Honesty, integrity, and community service. The Bozard family tradition was built on that, and those traditions thrive to this very day. They're also still smack dab in the middle of their From America, For America program, where every single customer gets employee pricing, and no, not the discount you get for just working at a dealership. The same price the Ford executives buy their cars for. That's kind of a big deal. And they're still looking for used vehicles, so you're going to get top dollar on your trade-in when you go in there and upgrade as well. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they're right out there off State Road 16 and I-95. You can't miss them with a big old American flag. Lets you know you're back home when you're traveling on I-95 North. The Bozard Ford Lincoln, driven to inspire. And the Bailey Group, they are here to help you provide for your family's future, lift the burden of expenses and outstanding debts, and create a lasting legacy for future generations. Set up a consultation. It's free, and they're very nice people. 904-461-1800. I actually assume it's free. I'm not sure if it is. You'll find out when you get there. Or it's like, who told you that?
It's free to ask.
Yeah, that was nowhere in the read, Pete. All right. Also, big shout out to Fidus Roofing, Great Expectations Realty and Auction, Old Town Trolley, All American Air, Bin 39 Wine Bar, Chiba Hut Toasted Sub, St. Augie's Pizza, BHF Insurance, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, St. Augustine Handy House, Lux Japanese Head Spa, and I am powered as I am each and every morning by our friends at Perfect.
Nailed
Divine
it.
Nutrition. This is the, I forget what it is. This
Strawberry.
Pink Skittles, I think.
Oh, the best one.
Skittles.
Yeah.
Pink Skittles.
Pink Starburst.
Pink Starburst.
Those are the good ones.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it. That's actually what this is. Whatever's better is what this is.
The pink Starbursts are by far the best of all the Starburst.
Oh, for sure.
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know
guys
if
only think that because of the propaganda around the pink Starburst.
No,
that's
from
real.
10 years
That's
ago.
real.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
It doesn't
not. It's
have
not
taste
real.
buds.
Yellow,
No,
orange,
it's not
red,
real.
pink.
Fruit punch.
Orange is the
Orange
best.
is the best.
Fruit
Orange
punch
is
is
the
hot.
best. Yeah, orange is
That's baby
That's
aspirin.
second.
No,
Fruit
no.
punch is the best Starburst.
Fruit punch is the worst
No.
flavor of
That's the
every
worst of
flavor.
all.
Every single
about?
flavor
No.
that's fruit punch gives me a headache. It's
I like
awful.
fruit punch, Blake. It's second place.
No.
That's
Yellow is the worst. Orange is second worst. Then you
Yeah.
got red. Then you got pink.
No.
100%.
You're just naming my best to
Right
worst.
answer.
You reversed that order and you got it for me, man.
All right.
Yellow, orange, the rest are
They literally
crap.
make a whole pink
that
pack.
means he's
Yeah, I know they
the
have 'em
perfect
now.
friend to share Starburst
Yeah,
with
you can have all
because
my-
you can give him
Yeah,
all
you
the
can-
garbage.
And you can have all my pinks. I mean, you
I'll
guys
take the
can
pinks
have
and
them.
reds, and you have the
Because
yellows
the
and
yellow
oranges.
first comes up, you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's always like
I love
11 of them.
like,
You're
No,
gonna share.
we know
no.
who to give it to now.
Yeah, you do. Give me all the Starbursts you guys
Mail
hate.
all your yellow Starburst.
Yeah. Come on.
That's awesome.
Come on.
Sorry for
On my
hijacking.
last day here, I want a bowl of yellow Starbursts from
Done.
you guys. You guys
That's your
have
rider.
those. That's right. That's my rider. That's my rider out. Yeah.
Starburst and go.
You're my Starburst.
anything else.
All I need is
Stop
yellow
being so
Starburst.
sour.
Well, I might need that. Well, that's
All right.
great. Now that we all hate each other because of our
Rick
I
Starburst
feel
question
like
of the day. What's your favorite Starburst?
how you doing, Troy?
Hey, happy Tuesday.
Yeah, how you doing, Rick?
I'm doing pink Starburst level.
Well, that's pretty bad.
That's very good.
pretty bad on a scale. On my
One
scale,
man's
it's pretty
good is
bad.
another man's bad.
I've heard it both ways.
Amanda, how are you this morning?
Doing great. Hi, guys. Pink Starburst are the best. That's 100%.
I don't feel very good today. I'm gonna go home. You guys take it from
What are
me.
you drinking again?
Yeah, pink Starburst.
Yay!
I'm gonna go with Skittles.
I'm going pink Skittles.
Pink Skittles.
If that was yellow Starburst, it would look a lot different.
Yeah.
Well, it's too
And it-
yellow.
Don't eat
Starburst
yellow
is-
snow.
Don't need the yellow Starburst.
That would be too sour for the morning. You know, I got to get something that's a little sweet down at Vi because the last thing I do before I leave the house is brush my teeth. So you know, you still got that mint
Yes.
taste and the mouthwash, and you give me something too sour.
Yeah,
from
the
Bob,
worst
and
is
it's just
orange juice after you brush your teeth.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah,
It's terrible.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, orange, second place.
Are you guys an orange juice people? Or I'm more of an apple juice person now.
Oh,
I used to be an
I like orange juice.
What are you, 3?
Do you like juicy juice?
Yeah, but apple juice is better
Or
for
Sunny
you.
D?
Yeah.
I feel like your age
Is
range
it?
for liking apple juice is like 0 to 5, and then again at like 70 to however old.
Till death.
I feel like you can handle the acid of orange juice better when you're young. The older
Right,
you get,
right.
the more heartburn. You should go to apple
Yeah.
juice.
Yeah, apple
Calm
juice.
down the acid.
Apple juice is more healthy for you, I thought.
I
Fair
really
enough.
don't drink juice.
Yeah.
Drink juice anymore.
But grape
Except
juice
for
sucks.
Skittles.
We can all agree.
Grape juice is awful.
Yeah.
Grape juice is great.
Yeah, I like grape juice.
Okay,
Great.
Keith, I the antagonist of all of us.
We've officially established that I have the best taste buds. There's no
Yeah, the
taste
most
buds
unique.
like mine.
The most unique
They
taste
talk about a
buds.
lot of taste buds, but nobody's ever seen any taste buds like
They really
mine.
have it. You're the polar opposites.
They're not sending their best. Oh, my God.
There's sound somewhere.
We're watching a
Yeah,
show.
there was salad somewhere. All right.
Not it.
It's our producer. Get back on script.
They're not saying the best.
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, yeah, it's dope.
They're not sending their
Yeah,
best.
we're like all looking around. Trump's in my pocket.
That was a sound effect. Okay.
God didn't send his best taste buds to you 3. I'm going to tell you that right now. Believe me.
We were all judging the other people in the room. Like, what'd you do?
All-American Air question of the day, Troy.
All right, the All-American Air question of the day. Who was the coolest person on television when you were in high school? So in high school, you're like, wow, that dude's really got it together.
Wow, man. In high school?
Yeah, high school.
High school.
I don't think I had a TV when I got into high school. I don't think we had cable.
But I mean, like, or in the movies, like celebrity that was like, wow, you really.
Oh, dope.
Well, sure. Okay, yeah,
Any
there we
celebrity-
go.
Any
Okay.
celebrity
Okay.
you think was cool in high school?
Yes.
I'm going to say, oh, wow, man. Now I'm kind of torn between,
And did he drink grape juice?
well, I got to go with the one who I know drank grape juice. I guess Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Ooh,
That's pretty badass.
that's badass answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He had a moment.
Yeah, he did. He had his
Yeah.
moment. He had like
time.
a few years of a window there
Yeah.
where he was doing a lot of movies and stuff. But Jean-Claude Van Damme, I think, was so into himself. There were so many movies where Jean-Claude Van Damme had a twin. where he played two people.
Right.
And then he was always having threesomes with hot chicks, like
course.
in all of his movies. Like these must have been his demands.
That was his rider.
Listen,
I
I have to get paid. I have to get paid as
Yes.
two actors. First of all, I have to get paid as two actors, and always have to have. I have to bang a hot chick.
Et menage a trois.
Yeah. And then I will do your movie. I don't care what the movie is. I will.
I don't care what color starburst you have.
I will do the movie.
Heck yeah. I'm going Allen Iverson. He was a basketball player. Wasn't really an actor or anything, but yeah, that was a role
He was like
model
the
of mine.
rebel
And
of the NBA.
he was.
man.
He went against the grain and practice. You talking about practice? Yeah, I just like how he played. I kind of played like him before he even was on TV and
You
stuff.
saying you're inspired, Allen Iverson?
I did easily.
I can tell you, I've seen both of you play.
Yeah,
You didn't play like it.
yeah. I did.
I thought
I did.
in your mind, you
Yeah.
did. But I can tell you, Allen Iverson, to watch live, you would be amazed how many times he gets knocked down.
Oh yeah.
Like, because he
yeah.
was like the star of the team, and he was much smaller than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But he got knocked down, like trying to get around screens and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy.
He bumped him around. He was one of the most injured players
He
for
was
a
an
minute, but yeah,
absolute
he had
player.
dog in him.
Pound for pound, he could be one of the greatest basketball players of all
Yeah, I
time.
liked him.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
I would say the Friends cast. I
Nice.
mean, everybody
Friends
wanted
cast.
everyone wanted those haircuts. Like everybody was talking like Chandler Bing, like in my high school at least.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
Friends cast.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, and mine's Clint Eastwood, but the other one that I was like, how did this guy end up being? Was Michael J. Fox? You know, he was
Nice,
He was
yeah.
still cool,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
you know, he was doing Back to the Future at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
and
Marty.
I mean, he was Marty McFly.
Yeah.
and, you know, but he was a short guy. You know, so I kind of could relate to
Nice.
that.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
he was cool.
But Clint Eastwood was kind of like the guy I was like, oh man, he's a badass. But you know, Marty McFly was right up there with him.
Nice.
Because he was fun. He was funny, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
and girls liked him.
Yeah.
Play the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you didn't say the Fonz.
Fun.
Hey.
Elementary school.
Yeah. Well, that was Back to the Future for me. So I'm like thinking Marty was dope too to me, but yeah, it was more like
Yeah.
for
I never got. My cousin loved Back to the Future. I never really got into.
I
Back
loved it.
No?
I knew it word for word. My mom used to say. I'd sit in
really?
front of the TV and just do it. That was
Why
my
do you
first
keep
good
calling
one.
me Calvin? It's the color of your underwear.
Yeah, that was kind of weird too with his mom, him and his
Oh,
mom
yeah.
having a
Yeah,
moment.
that
Like
was-
looking
that
back
really
at it, yeah,
was.
there's a
Yeah.
couple like things in there.
Was that a sound effect? Actually,
The trash cans ruffling in there.
Great.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, a lot to unpack there.
Can't wait to see the comments on that one.
Hey. Yeah. All right, it's time for a quick check of the weather, Troy. All right, that quick check of the weather brought to you by Great Expectations Realty and Auction. They can sell your home, your business, and everything in it. Check them out at geauction.com and gerealty.us. We now go to the booth for the, what are we calling this?
Hit the Blake.
I got an idea. Blake's Driven to Inspire traffic report.
Okay.
It would be if it was sponsored by Bozar.
It could
That'd
be.
great.
That's
Yeah.
sponsored by
It could
Bozar.
be.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's the title. That's right. We're not messing with that one.
That's right. Bozar always gets the first.
Okay,
read.
well, shout him out until you feel that spot.
What do you got, Blake?
All right. So right now, I-95 looks well right now. We also have a cam up on State Road 9B right now, going to 295. But we do have a hidden fourth traffic camera though for Rick.
Oh, yeah.
The only guy who can't
Rick's
see
riddle.
the screen.
Yes, we know.
Hold on.
How much
So-
dirt is there in a hole that measures? Oh my
Hold
gosh.
on, listen. So Rick, how much dirt is there in a hole that measures 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet?
I don't know. There's a hole, so there's no dirt in it.
Yeah,
Boom!
Nailed it.
Got him.
you got it. So here's the fourth traffic cam.
Thanks for texting me that this morning before I came in, so I know it.
No, you actually didn't get a text. So congratulations, Rick. Thank you. Good job.
They are sending their best.
Yeah. And
I was over here doing math.
I know you were.
Lane times width times
I was over
height.
here, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching a video of a Camry on Instagram just plow through traffic.
Oh, snap.
Wow. Jeez. What? Okay. Anyway, nobody else can see that, so I should stop reacting to it.
We were laughing about the video of the car flipping over on San Marco last night.
Right?
Yeah.
So anticlimactic. You see a car upside down on San Marco and you expect something to happen, and it's like they just bumps into a parked car. And
Yeah, we saw that yesterday on the show. I couldn't see it from here, but I went back and watched it.
Yeah, it was pretty
during the
cool.
day. Yeah,
It was like the elderly man of cars.
Yeah. Ooh, help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Like he bumped
And it's like a
into
little turtle upside down on his shell.
I mean, it didn't hit anything else. It hit that one car and just went and
just like
didn't
perfectly.
spin.
Yeah.
It just laid there.
And it had to be just in the way they must have jerked the wheel as they.
Yeah, and the tires
had to
hit
have
or.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. But you know, everybody that was driving around them must have been powered by Vibe because they totally made it around.
Yeah, probably.
100%.
Definitely. Yeah.
Didn't stop.
Didn't stop you there.
They literally drove by and went,
Yeah.
You can't park there.
Fine. Also fine was people riding the Old Town trolleys.
Yeah. Boom.
They sat back and relaxed as Old Town Trolley showed over 500 years of St. Augustine's history, culture, and old world charm as they didn't get into crashes that flipped them over. 90-minute tour, 22 stops, more than 100 points of interest. It's great. Old Town Trolley, they're the green trains, and we love them very much. And Lux Japanese Head Spa. Imagine this. You close your eyes and feel the tension melt away as skilled hands gently massage your scalp using centuries-old Japanese techniques designed to calm your mind and refresh your soul. Amanda, is this making you feel like you're right back in that
It's
massage
great.
bed?
I got a book again.
Yeah, I know, me too, honestly. This is the experience waiting for you at Lux Japanese Head Spa, the only certified Japanese head spa in the area. Their treatments don't just relax, they heal. Whether you're dealing with thinning hair, dandruff, psoriasis, or an imbalanced scalp, they use authentic Japanese scalp therapies to nourish and restore. So why not give yourself the gift of true relaxation? Visit Lux Japanese Head Spa and feel the difference, because you deserve more than a break. You deserve renewal.
Amen.
Now I'm too relaxed to get hyped up for the show now.
I like it better not German, by the way.
Yeah, it's more relaxed. It gets more to the actual point of it's relaxing when it's not in German.
It does heal, though. I had a lot of hair loss due to some health struggles over the past couple of years, and since I went to see Keezy, I had to size up on my hair rubber bands.
Ooh,
So my hair is
see?
growing back, and
That's
it's getting
awesome.
thicker.
That's
great.
It's awesome.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if that.
Kizzy, why haven't you given me the hair back treatment? Jeez, what the hell is going on?
Pete,
How
you're
do I
a
get
lost
that?
cause.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And
guys.
I have to schedule with her too. Rebecca bought me a treatment. I haven't,
cool.
I haven't been able to make it there
Yeah.
yet.
Oh, you'll
You're
love
gonna
it.
have a
man.
great day.
You will love it. All right, St. Augustine is considering stricter nightlife noise rules and penalties because we're basically, St. Augustine's turning into a retirement home at this point. The city of St. Augustine turning down the volume, or at least considering it now. City leaders working to revise the current noise ordinance, and it's stirring up mixed reaction. Oh, I get it, because like stirring up mixed drinks.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the pun.
Yeah. I don't think they meant to do it. I don't give them that much credit. Right now, the rules require noise to quiet down by 10 p.m., except for No Name Bar cranks up the music at 10 p.m. I love it. Love it. And all 11 p.m. on weekends, with fines starting at $100 for the first offense and $4.99 for each one after.
Ooh.
Really not that bad if you got
Yeah,
a full
heck yeah. Is that per day or is that like each time you get a
per
call?
infraction?
Per
yeah.
infraction,
Yeah.
But if you never turn it down, is that still considered the first infraction?
Right?
So you just keep it blaring 24/7.
Take $4.99 at night is not
Still
bad.
on our
Right,
first
then
one.
taking the $4.99 a night.
Well, that's
is-
what people do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's the reason they're like, okay, this isn't working.
Yeah.
So, Assistant Police Chief Anthony Cuthbert says that the city is teaming up with a third-party noise consultant.
You.
Oh, yay.
What?
I have
What?
an announcement.
What?
It's me. Turn it
Noise
consultant.
consultant. We
Turn it
hire-
up.
We hire a consultant for everything in the city of St.
You
Augustine.
know, they tried to hire a consultant for Night Lights traffic, and no one answered the ad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Good.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised they found a consultant for this. Third-party noise consultant Eric Zwirling.
I have ears. I could be a consultant.
Yeah, right. These people.
I wonder how many people answered that one.
Probably
Right.
only Eric.
Yeah. Hey, it's me.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's me, the only consultant who answers any of your ads. Sorry, I was busy last week for the Nights of Lights one, but I'm here.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. To assess the nightlife noise and recommend changes.
What does that mean?
That means we're going to waste a bunch of money.
And
We need a consultant for our consultants.
No, we do. Can we get a consultant?
Yes.
Might as well.
I would like to apply for that. If anyone hasn't, I'll be the first guy because I'll consult.
There you go.
Yeah, but hold on a second. But Rick, though, but in order to be a consultant, you have to have a website. This guy has an entire website.
A consultant website?
Right on.
Yeah, it's like
Okay, I have a website.
Hey, Blake,
Go,
he's not
Daddy,
paying
you
for
can
ads.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's not playing for ads. So let's not put up his website.
Some visitors, like John Wisniewski,
Ooh.
worry.
The wizard.
What's that?
The wizard.
The Wiz. So they call him the Wiz. The Wiz worries about tighter rules that might dampen the fun in
Oh,
a town built on tourism.
not on fun.
Well, I guess, yeah, tourism and fun are different.
Definitely.
Workers like Noah Williams at Casamaya downtown say that late night partying has caused real property damage.
Mm.
And they welcome stricter enforcement. I don't think Noah's the boss.
I know Noah's not the boss.
Nope, I don't think Noah knows the full picture.
Marco and Haley are like, Noah?
You're fired.
Guess who no longer works at Casamaya?
Right. Noah, more work for you. So apparently this
Not
is
gonna work here anymore.
Yeah. Here's apparently what's next. A draft of the revised ordinance will head to the city attorney for review. A final version expected to reach the city commission by May 29th. The first public reading is scheduled for June 9th. In preparation, St. Augustine police have already added 4 new noise monitors.
Ooh. That's like hall monitors.
Yeah. If the
You
word
turn it down.
monitors after your title, like,
Yeah.
is that nobody
Yeah.
likes them?
No.
Yeah.
No.
And how is the noise getting turned down going to stop property damage? I'm not understanding the.
Right.
The
there's-
Well,
reasoning.
the vibration hits.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
It's
a long-term
rattling glasses
demolition.
off of tables, folks.
Turns out, circa 1990s rap destroys coquina. So we're gonna have to
Specifically, country's fine though.
Yeah, right.
It strengthens the walls.
I mean, before they put in a new ordinance, they need to start enforcing the original ordinance because they're not enforcing it anyway.
How many times do we say this about every new
Yeah.
ordinance?
So
Just create
we're
more.
gonna write a new ordinance that we're not going to enforce either. So I mean, take care of the first one,
Mhm.
so you can do that, and then we'll get behind you on the new one. So
Yeah.
Great point.
'cause, I mean, you
That's
know,
everyone's
they have
first
the old,
go-to.
You have to close the doors. No one closes the doors. I mean, yeah, how are they going to close the doors at No Name? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, White Lions up there too. I mean, they leave their doors open,
Mhm.
and you know, I mean, I'm sure there's a couple of them. I mean, Stogie's leaves their door up. I mean, have them take care of their business first before we spend all the money on Eric.
Yes.
You know,
Consulting.
Yeah. That one
Can
guy.
we just get people in elected office in the city that actually likes the city? Can we do that?
No, Amanda, that's too much to ask. That's too much to
When
ask.
Troy becomes mayor.
yeah.
Yeah.
do it,
Or
do
Mike.
No,
it, do
Mike,
it,
not it.
do
Mike's
it.
got some time to be mayor.
Mike's retiring.
He's rumor is that he's packing up at 9:04 now to become the mayor.
That's what I
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
That's what I
heard that.
That's what I
Yeah,
heard.
he
Just
wants to be
released that.
mayor so bad.
Big announcement on Thursday, I'm sure.
Yeah. We're gonna push him in that direction.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to ask him. That's the one question we're not supposed to ask on Thursday.
Really? See,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why.
The one
That's why we're
That's
doing it on
why.
this show.
Yes.
Yeah, we could do it on this show. You have no power here, Mike Davis.
He's retiring to be a sound consultant.
I think I hear him coming down. Hey, good morning.
Yeah. So there we go. Just, you know, like Troy said, we've got things on the book all ready to help with this, but you know, we're just gonna make new laws, make new ordinances. God, it just can they ever do anything good?
Make
In the city of
breaking
St.
laws
Augustine?
illegal. That'll fix the problem.
Mhm.
Do what?
Make breaking laws illegal. That'll
Yeah.
fix the problem.
A double whammy.
Law.
Yeah. We need a law that criminalizes criminality.
Solved.
Got him.
I mean, that's what they're doing.
Brilliant.
That's essentially what they're doing.
Yes.
They're putting laws on top of laws. It's ridiculous.
A menage a laws.
Menage a laws. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He's our new nightmare.
So we have all of the consultants. He hired himself.
He appears out of the shadows at night.
He's playing his
But
twin.
he walks out of the bar and then walks back in with a hat on, like, yes, my twin brother.
That's right.
Forced to agree with my twin. It is too loud. 499.
Close thy door.
That's
Boom.
great. My favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme line. I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard. That is something else is going to feel it. I forget what he said. Kids are going to feel it. I forget. I'm going to kick the noise ordinance so hard. Yikes. All right. That derailed the show. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's what did it.
That's the one that pushed
That's the one that did it.
That was the one.
At least
Okay,
you took
great.
responsibility.
You're welcome. St. Johns County tourism officials say eliminating tourist councils would be devastating. Big changes could be coming to Florida's tourism industry, and here in St. Augustine, local leaders are sounding the alarm. Troy might even be quoted in this story. Who knows? No? Okay. Troy's staying out of this one. Governor Ron DeSantis recently announced Florida captured a record-breaking 15.5% share of the domestic vacation market this year, with nearly 143 million visitors in 2024, a new high. But just days later, the Florida House, under Speaker Daniel Perez, approved a sweeping $5.4 billion tax cut package that could wipe out all 62 tourist development councils, including St. Johns counties. Could it really?
Yeah, I'm going to get fired from my volunteer job
Yeah.
because of politicians that don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Well,
Again.
politicians.
We've got to fund sound ordinance engineers or whatever.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be coming out of the TV.
We got to pay for the decibel meters.
Monitors.
Yeah. The plan would redirect tourism tax dollars to provide property tax relief. St. Johns County representatives voted for the bill. Notably, State Rep Kim Kendall, Sam Greco, and Judson Sapp. But emails asking for comment were not returned to the news station. And while the bill faces uncertain futures in the Senate and possibly a veto from the governor, the proposal has already stirred major concern locally. St. Johns County TDC, which promotes tourism, supports cultural events, and funds beach projects, generates about $24 million annually, they say, through overnight stay taxes, bed taxes. Local business owners warn that losing the funding could be devastating. Irving Cass, chair of the TDC and owner of a downtown business, Bin 39, says the council's investments grow tourism and small businesses, and the property owners should save about $75 a year. Would only save about $75 a year if the TDC is eliminated. He calls that not a sound business decision. St. Augustine Beach Mayor Dylan Rumrell and Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein are also urging caution. Nancy can't make up her damn mind. Also urging caution. Rumrell warns that Florida's #1 economy is tourism and says, I thought it was meth. And says, I just really did.
It's gaining ground quickly. As this bill passes.
Yeah, don't put meth over the top.
This bill passes.
Says cutting TDC funding could harm jobs, beach projects, and local businesses. Commissioner Sarah Arnold echoed the sentiment, calling the bill bad news for small businesses that rely on tourism. And Michael Diaz, some guy from the St. Augustine Distillery.
Yeah. Just the owner.
Was he the owner?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Him and Phil.
Oh, okay. Michael Diaz should have said that. Michael Diaz, the owner, co-owner, part owner of the St. Augustine Distillery.
And
Says
some dude.
this is, and also some dude.
And still some dude.
Still technically some dude.
And I think he owns 1010 radio or something like that.
Oh, 1010XL
Nice.
radio?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He's a good dude.
And some dude.
Mike Diaz.
Some dude. Yeah, all right. Michael Diaz. Said the businesses would lose a professional, consistent message that brings visitors to the area. Diaz warns the result would be a massive decrease in St. Augustine's economy. Massive decrease. What do you think, Troy?
I think the bill is ridiculous. The fact that it passed the House, and then it has to pass the Senate too, but it passed the House 14-12. And it's one of those situations where if it's not broke, don't fix it. Conservative Republicans really have pushed this one over the top because they're like, oh, whatever we can do to save on property tax. But okay, you're going to save $75 on property taxes, but you're going to lose 20% of your economy, which is going to lose the jobs. Now, who's going to take care of them? So it's really, the bill wasn't written real well, and I'm just disappointed that the people that represent us think that this is a good idea just to get reelected. It's a get reelected because it has good bite points to it. But when you look at it as a whole, it's a terrible, terrible plan. But it's politically makes you look good. Well, I'm the one who gave you $75 back.
Yeah.
But you took out thousands of dollars of revenue, or a job. I mean, 30% of our population in St. Johns County works in the hospitality industry.
Yeah, but I mean, just to play devil's advocate, getting rid of a tourism development council eliminates jobs. How? Like, how does that take people out of restaurants?
If people aren't coming
tourists
here,
aren't showing
if
up,
they're not showing up here, you take the tourists out of the
fair.
mix.
But on the other side of that, don't we have a problem downtown with too many tourists now to where we want to shorten time?
Stop it. Stop it.
I just,
Don't make me take off your
over
turban.
here feel like you're talking about the Three Stooges over here. It's like, all I hear is like, let's go up. Well, no, let's go down. Well, what if we go left?
We need the tourism, and we don't have a problem with the tourists. We have a problem with mobility, and we have a problem like Irving said, the mindset of the people coming to visit. We need to shape that. Guess how we got to have money to shape that, and that comes from the TDC. And the TDC doesn't cost us anything. It's actually it's the people that come and stay in the hotels pay the way. So that's $24 million coming into our community that helps us shape beach renourishment. It helps us do a lot of wonderful things in this city. A lot of the nonprofits that are in the arts and cultures are funded by this. When the state cut out that funding, who came to the rescue for those groups? It was the TDC money. So just, it's not broke, don't fix it. And this is one of those things where government just, stay out of your own way.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay out of your own way. Hopefully the Senate side doesn't pass it, and this does die. But so I'm on board with the two mayors and Irving on this one. And not just because I sit on that board, it just doesn't
make sense. Yeah.
It's trying to fix something that's not broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but another thing I do want to ask though is so how would this bill affect like national like our state program, like Visit Florida,
It would pretty much it would make us rely on Visit Florida, so we're going to have to put more money in that direction instead of being able to advertise locally. So it would kill us against like the bigger cities.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the bigger cities are going to have more money in their coffers, and it takes us out of the competition, and we're going to lose to Savannah, and we're going to lose to Charleston, which is our two biggest competitions.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because when people visit St. Augustine, they're looking at cities similar, like
Right.
Savannah or
Not
Charleston.
Miami and all them bigger
they're
ones.
looking for something
Comparable.
similar and,
Yeah.
and more kind of family based.
Mm-hmm.
So
Rich in history.
It puts us at a disadvantage of, with some of the other cities. So
All right.
it would be like trading, your best play, Allen Iverson, off of the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
You just traded off,
What if you brought Michael Jordan in?
Yeah, well, they didn't bring in Michael
You need
Jordan.
money.
They brought in Bugsy Bogues.
They traded Allen Iverson for nothing.
They brought in
Stun double.
They brought in Bugsy Bogues.
Okay. Well, another short guy who could jump. Muggsy was all right. He had his
Oh, it
time.
was good.
All right.
It was no AI.
No, he was not. No, he was not. All right, man. We got some gas prices to tell you about. Let us know in the comments where you are seeing the best prices for gas. We would appreciate it. Looks like the gate is at the top of the list. Mizell Road gate at 283
Nice.
this morning. The Owens at 780 South Ponce, 283 as well. Mobile and Circle K, 285. The Shell at 146 King, 285. Sunoco at 2199 North Ponce, 289. Your A1A discount beverage on the island, 289. The Shell at 23 Ponce, still 2350 North Ponce, 292. Circle K on 207, 298. The Sunoco at 450 South Ponce, 305. And the Gate at 4075 US 1 North, 309 this morning. Yeah, man. It comes to us from Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. If you or someone you know is in trouble with the law and you're in need of immediate bail assistance, 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. Live music happening today and tonight. JC Hatfield Trio at the Milltop Tavern at noon. Brett Blackshear at Tradewinds at 1 o'clock. Furman Spanish Guitar. Pizzali's 3 o'clock. You got Furman in the back.
Furman's here.
You got Furman in the back of this pizza
Furman's
place.
here.
John Q at the Milltop Tavern at 4:30. Mark Hart Tradewinds at 5. Mike Cook. Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5:30. Jeremy Wineglass. Michael's at 6. I think he made up that name just to play fancy gigs. I do. It's just such a good fit. Jim Johnston, Prohibition Kitchen at 6. Smokin' Joe Shower at Ann O'Malley's at 6. Cat Archer at Harry's at 6. Trivia with Troy Blake and Aiden at Gypsy Cab at 7. Yoo-hoo! And Mike Zito and Albert Castiglia. There we go. That's probably it. Sorry, Mike. I mean, Albert. Now I transposed their names. I need to give up on this one right now. Cafe 11 at 8 o'clock. There you go.
So what's the guy's name?
I'm not saying it again.
Albert.
We're not doing that again. Mike Zito. I know I got that one right. That comes from a place where you can see some great live music right out there on their patio. We just talked about them. Bin 39. A great place to find your new favorite wine as well. Over 95 wines for you to choose from. So no matter what the occasion, they will help you find your new favorite. Bin 39 right there, 4 St. George Street. And our friends at Fidus Roofing, your go-to for over 15 years. And all their people live right here in St. Johns County. They're master elite contractors, which means they can offer warranties no one else can touch. They love our community and they love you in the best way possible. So you know you're in good hands. Fidus Roofing, 904-355-ROOF.
They do. What do they do?
Pavers.
And gutters.
Woohoo!
All right, we got an ex-Disney worker who just got 3 years in prison. Former Walt Disney World employee will spend the next 3 years in prison after a bizarre cyber attack, they're calling it,
Ooh.
targeting Disney's restaurant menus.
What?
Ooh.
They
He
lower
switched the little
prices?
iPads on him.
Right? Yeah, hopefully he lowered prices for
How
like 5
dare you.
minutes.
That does not sound like this.
Oh, no.
Which is why it's illegal.
Right? He lowered prices for 5 minutes, and now he owes $300,000. Yeah.
Or 3 years of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Schuer, he's 40 years old from Winter Garden, pled guilty to computer fraud. Didn't know that was an actual charge. Computer fraud. And aggravated identity theft.
Ooh, he did it with an attitude.
Yeah.
Give me your identity.
Told them
I'm
and insulted them.
His webcam was on.
After hacking into Disney's menu systems, changing prices, adding profanity. Now I like
That's
that.
That's what I was thinking. I figured you change the names of the stuff to something crucial or change the
I mean,
ingredient.
Disney animators have been adding penises to
I know,
Disney
right?
movies.
Yeah, forever.
Randomly.
Have a little
Forever.
cuss word on a menu.
Yeah.
You have to serve 3
They get
years.
bonuses.
Yeah, right.
He should've
was
get-
just trying to stick with the Disney tradition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
His dad was an animator.
Long lineage of animations.
Let's see. Change prices, added profanity, and even altering allergen information. That's
That
That's
was
okay.
kind of
That's
sketchy.
pretty
Yeah,
dangerous.
that's not
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Everything has peanuts. Unfortunately, court record. Maybe he tried to do Amanda's thing and it accidentally was peanuts.
Spell check. Autocorrect.
Oh, it said peanuts and everything?
It was gonna be hilarious. People in
Hear me out. Hear me out here.
Yeah. We put our never mind.
In everything.
In everything.
Just trying to play the penis game for middle school.
All right.
All right.
All right. Schuer's edits included minor price changes, renaming shellfish to hellfish. He wasn't as funny as he
Nice.
thought he was.
That's funny. That's
How
good.
witty.
But
Yeah.
We're talking about a little, what you call it? I would have been right next with that. Hellfish, yeah.
And falsely listing some food as safe for allergy sufferers.
Yeah, that's not good.
A potentially dangerous move if left unnoticed. Yeah. Schuer's actions came after a dispute with supervisors in June of 2024. He was fired, and over the next 3 months, launched a what they're calling a series of cyber attacks, even blocking 14 Disney employees from their company accounts. That's pretty illegal.
yeah.
Court documents show he even visited the home of one of the employees late at night,
Wow.
waving at the Ring doorbell before leaving. That's okay.
Creepy.
This guy sounds really shellfish.
Yeah.
Got him.
Nice.
Well played.
Nice. Let's see. Schuer's defense attorney said his client never intended to cause real harm and believed Disney would catch the changes, but prosecutors said the attacks were discreet and deliberate. Schuer was also ordered to pay. That's never going to happen. $620,000 in restitution to Disney and $70,000 to Disney's software vendor. I mean, maybe the vendor should be paying Disney because they were the ones who couldn't.
Got breached.
Right. They were the ones who couldn't stop a hack. The judge considered Schuer's mental health challenges when deciding to impose a 36-month sentence instead of a harsher 70 months that the prosecutors requested. Wow. Change a couple menus at Disney. 3 years in prison.
Well, changing allergen information, I mean,
That could be deadly.
that could be a felony. If you
Yeah.
add an allergen to someone's food intentionally, then that's a felony. So, I mean, he's kind of getting off light, even though it sounds weird.
Yeah. This guy just, he's angry.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
He let it
He's
get
an
away from
angry
him.
elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an
He was
angry little elf.
An angry dwarf.
Yeah.
Snow White.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he eats yellow Starburst.
I bet he does.
Oh, no, I like him a little bit.
He's not that bad.
All right, sure. All right, let's see. Now we got a guy who broke into a home naked using a tree branch.
Not it.
I'm down.
He was from St. Johns County.
Oh.
Good.
Oh, gosh. What is
Investigators found drugs and $85,000 and guns in his home.
I'm down.
Oh, that's right.
That's cool.
That's where I live.
A bizarre
Evidence
break-in
Tester.
led to a major drug bust and weapons charges. Deputies say a 44-year-old Alejandro Barzaga. Anybody know Ali?
I saw this yesterday though.
Yeah.
That's a bold move to break into someone's house naked.
Yeah, it is. That's, again, a meth move. I mean, that is...
Yeah.
I don't think that was found at his house.
It was-
Other things, but not meth.
Yeah, well, maybe he had it all in his system.
It's all gone.
Oh,
He was arrested after breaking into a home on Shallowtail Lane on April 15th using a large wooden branch.
A naked dude breaks into a home on shallow tail. Okay.
Such a...
Wielding
It's
wood.
perfect. Yeah, wielding wood.
Yeah.
Wielding wood.
Holding hardwood.
Naked with hardwood. Yeah.
Pretty
Let's
sure it was
rewrite this
softwood.
story. I bet we go viral. Or get
Jeez.
arrested.
Palm Coast. It was pine tree. It was
Yeah, we
softwood. You know that.
Yeah, this is out near Walnut Village, right?
Shallowtail? Yeah, we'll go with that.
Mm-hmm.
using a large wooden branch to shatter the back door. The residents hid in a bedroom. They must not have had a gun. Called 911. This is why you need a gun. When deputies arrived, they found Barzaga naked. Took him into custody. Investigators later went to Barzaga's nearby home and made a shocking discovery. Is anything you find in this guy's home shocking after he broke into a house with a branch?
You need to read the next.
No.
You need to read the next sentence.
No.
Inside, deputies found evidence of a large marijuana grow operation. A full
He's
search,
an entrepreneur.
right?
He's
Yeah,
just a real go-getter.
He's doing his thing.
A full search revealed 3 firearms, $85,000 in cash, 22 pounds of psilocybin mushrooms, 12 marijuana
We've solved
plants.
the mystery.
Now we know what happened with the naked,
Yeah.
and he used the stick and not one of the weapons out of his house.
Well, no, I mean, come on, wait for the next 2. 5 pounds of edibles and 17 grams of ketamine.
Yeah, he was definitely on ketamine.
He's on all of that stuff,
All
for
of
sure.
yeah.
They also found drug paraphernalia tied to cultivation and sales.
You don't say.
Right?
What is that? Cultivate? Is that a watering can? Is that paraphernalia tied to cultivating at that point?
Yeah.
Cultivation and
Lighting maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Fertilizer?
They also found, Barzaga is now facing charges of armed burglary of an occupied dwelling and criminal mischief, with more charges expected as the investigation continues.
But he armed with what? A tree branch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
it's armed.
Mhm.
I mean, it's
He
a
had-
heavy object you could hit someone with.
He had-
Can I have my stick back?
I really liked that stick.
Speak softly and carry a big stick. Wasn't that like an old quote from old Thomas Jefferson or somebody?
Teddy Roosevelt?
Teddy
Yeah, one of them
There
people.
you go. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson,
Yeah.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Alejandro, what was his last name?
Alejandro Barzaga,
That's my dog.
yeah.
I'd rather quote him. I'm going to tell my kids that's who said that.
I would like it more if he was like quoting Gandalf walking in there, like incantations you shall not pass, something like something funny. Come on, man.
Yeah. Keep my guns. But
I wonder what his intentions were, though, going in the house, because he wasn't going in there to take drugs, money, or guns. He already had it.
So I had to read.
So what's
the
he going
story
in this house
twice
for?
Yeah,
Because
right?
I was like, why was he breaking into their house if he
Yeah.
had all of the drugs and
Yeah,
the
he's-
guns and the fun
Right.
stuff? In
He's
his,
doing
like,
this
why?
backwards.
I know.
Yeah, he really
He's like
is.
Robin Hood. He's like bringing it to everybody. Here you go.
I think he went a little overboard on the samples.
Yeah,
Probably did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's probably a little bit out of his mind. Let's just assume he was probably on the ketamine and the mushrooms.
Yeah, that's
And the edibles.
It's, I
Could have
don't
been
know.
any of them.
This is interesting because
Yeah.
how do you find someone down the road and then go to their house and then go in their house?
Yeah.
Like,
so I actually
And
have a
naked,
story.
by the way. We're still glossing over the
yeah.
naked part.
yeah.
Maybe he just needed to think with both heads.
Yeah.
Ah.
Clear
I don't
the
think
cobwebs.
I think this one was just, the drugs were like, oh, this is on my skin. I need to get it off type situation.
Yeah,
Close the
No,
down.
you know
so
what?
in high school, a friend of mine got hammered at a house party that was within walking distance of his house. And he is walking home, but he is hammered. And so he sees a big white house
Yeah.
that has a sliding glass door in the back.
Mm.
And he just walks in, and they had a similar colored couch and similar colored
asleep on the
carpet.
couch.
Fell asleep on the couch. He wakes up to screams. He's mindlessly petting the dog. They also had a black dog like his. Oh my gosh. He's like mindlessly petting the dog. And
That's
this
wild.
poor
Wow.
woman is screaming because there's this like essentially man
That's
in
what
the
I
house.
thought. He got confused and,
And so he
thinks it's
probably
his
was
house.
just like, dang it, I'm locked out of my house.
I agree.
Mushrooms.
I think that's
Could be.
exactly what happened.
Yeah,
Dang.
So dumb. I mean, was it in Palm Coast? Because all those houses, all the streets are the same.
World
Oh,
Golf.
God,
Yeah.
Village.
Jeez. All right.
Dang it, man.
Yeah. Well.
Well, if you need some good
Not
drugs, you
anymore.
know where to go.
Not
She-
anymore.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Hit the sheriff up. We need to
check
go
out
to the evidence locker.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the dude that calls the cops on himself. That's basically what he did.
Am I dying?
Yeah, am I dying? I'm high.
Wasn't that a police officer?
Yeah, him and his
That was,
wife,
like,
they ate some
high on
edibles.
edibles?
Yep.
Oh, that's
Dying,
right.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you are. Your career is. Goodbye.
Yeah, right. Dorks.
I had a brownie one night that I thought Blake called the cops on me.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, and while he thought I was calling the cops, I was just watching Major League on the front
He was
porch.
watching because the reflection of the TV. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no.
thought it was police lights.
I was like, I can't believe my dude called the cops on me. And I
Paranoia.
even warned him. I was like, dude, I'm getting a little high. Don't let me leave the house.
That's awesome.
When the kids become the babysitters.
It's been that way for quite a while.
Yeah.
Cycle of life.
All right, man. Some disturbing news. Body found by a dog walker in St. Johns County prompted an investigation. Person was discovered deceased by a dog walker Sunday morning, prompting an investigation for the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. The body was found in a wooded area near Woodstock Avenue, according to SJSO. Deputies say that there are no obvious signs of foul play. However, circumstances surrounding the death are pending an autopsy. They say there's no danger to community, and it's an active investigation. Troy, how do you want to check the comments, man?
On this terrific Tuesday, I will tiptoe through the thoughts of our trustworthy tribe.
All right, as you do that, I'll remind everybody that Baytoon and Floyd, not your average local insurance agency. They provide peace of mind and insurance to protect your biggest investments. Their approach to insurance and risk longevity in our community and the way they treat their clients sets them apart from the rest. They offer homeowners, auto, commercial, and then benefits, and they've been doing it for a very long time. 50 years, in fact. Over 50 years. And Chrissy Lawrenson, St. Augustine's premier agent, and she offers complimentary policy reviews and has a deep understanding of insurance and what is needed in St. Augustine to be properly insured. 904-794-5455 and schedule your appointment today. Also, St. Augustine Handy House. If you're looking for the perfect custom or a prefab portable building, look no further than St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Ucina Enterprises, conveniently located on State Road 16. Whether you're looking for a shed, a barn, office space, a carport, or many other things you can do with these structures, St. Augustine Handy House has the highest rated handy house structures in the industry, built with a focus on quality and durability. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to 1. They make it easy to find exactly what you need. Give Troy a call, not this Troy.
The good Troy.
The good Troy. 904-823-9092. What do you got, other Troy?
All right. Wawa was at $285. Costco was at $279. In Port Orange, it's $290. And Moorhead, Kentucky, where Kenny's at, is $273. And Rick, it's pavers.
Oh.
Okay, so they want to make sure. And everybody agreed that Pink Starburst is by far the best.
See?
Not going to say it. Not going to say it.
Serenity now.
Serenity now.
Insanity later.
I've been insane for a long time. It's all right. Stordom stat. What do you got for Stordom stat?
Stordom stat. 1933. On this day in 1933 in Abbott, Texas, the world was introduced to Willie Nelson.
All right.
Willie Nelson's birthday. He's 92 today.
Heck yeah.
Some cool facts about Willie. Willie has had 4 wives. All right. All right. That's not that shocking. But his marriage, first one, 10 years.
Nice.
Second one, 8 years.
Mm.
Third one, 17 years.
Mm.
Fourth one, still going, 34 years.
Nice.
Nice.
So he's got good numbers.
He's learning.
He's got good numbers.
Yeah, he's getting better.
All right.
Yeah.
And the other thing I didn't know is Willie was in the Korean War and he was in the Air Force.
All right.
So I did not realize that, and a lot of people, know Willie and know of his habits, but he is the only man that could outsmoke Snoop.
Yeah.
Is that proven?
Snoop said it on air.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
Snoop said he's the only man that's been able to.
If Snoop will
That's
admit
impressive.
that,
Yeah,
good for him.
So
it's got to be true.
Shout out Willie.
Weirdly, he's like best friends with Jessica Simpson too. They're
Willie
like
Nelson?
really good friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
from I guess when they did the movie together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
I think she calls him Uncle Willie.
Yeah.
They're really good
I'm
friends.
sure a lot of people call him Uncle Willie.
Probably.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a lot of weed strains out there called Uncle Willie.
Mm.
I
Has to
bet
be.
there are.
Yeah.
I bet there are.
Coming soon.
All right, that Stordom stat comes to you from a great place you can go if you've been smoking some Uncle Willie. St. Augie's Pizza. right in downtown St. Augustine between Riberia and M.L. King. That really sounded awful when you think about it. Hey, you want to come smoke Uncle Willie?
Puff on Uncle Willie if you want to.
Yeah,
I never put that one together.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
Just sounded like probably what Clinton said to Monica.
But did he inhale though?
I did not inhale. Monica did for
I
sure.
mean, let's
It's a
hope not.
multi-layered problem there.
Yeah. Troy's like, okay, don't ruin this company. Plugs, Troy.
You want St. Augie's pizza?
Sorry, I'm
Plugs.
glad you got a sense of humor. Call in for trivia tonight. See if there's some open tables. We should have an amazing night tonight at Gypsy.
All right, Rick.
Oh, they do pavers.
There you
And
go.
shout out cousin Margie.
Amanda.
We got the evening show tonight, so come on. We got a great guest, so join us.
Okay. Blake.
Everyone remember the storm stat.
For trivia.
Right. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah.